Have you ever shaken hands with someone and then smelled your hand? I recommend it. I recommend it. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, we are documenting the preparation of one of the goodies that I send to our most supportive supporters. Tonight I'm gonna make a snack mix. I would call it Chex Mix, but I fear that that might be copyrighted. It is made of Chex, or in this case, a mixture of Chex, other ingredients, as well as good value knockoff brand Chex. Because you probably wouldn't know if I had told you. I would also like to start this episode with a very special f*** you to the entire state of Pennsylvania for sending me a motherfucking speeding ticket for driving through your state that you just took a picture of my goddamn truck. Okay, I just had to get that out of the way. Okay, so today we're making the snack mix. The question that you might have is, will this be better than the commercial product? I can't tell you the answer of that until I make it, but I will do an analysis at the end. We'll start by preheating the oven to 250 degrees, which is a very low temperature. But one of the nice things about this is that because we're making it fresh, you can kind of get a more fresh roasty toasty flavor. I hope. I don't know, TBD. Usually when I have alcohol these days, I go for a gin and tonic. So let us begin with the butter. And in my pursuit of bringing this flavor to you, the receiver of these goodies, I'm gonna use Kerrygold Irish butter. It is a popular butter brand, which is not cheap, but is in fact priced at a premium. Participants in the PGC Discord are a big fan. Our good friend Brett had an undisclosed number of pounds of Kerrygold butter in his freezer when I visited recently, and then received that motherfucking speeding ticket in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Okay, so let's melt the butter. You can melt it on low heat. All right, and to that butter we will add World Star sauce, fresh in the paper. Look at that classy packaging. There's something kind of charming about a bottle in a paper bag, isn't there? That hobo aesthetic. All right, we're gonna put 2 tablespoons of this here sauce into the butter. Wow. Now, typically what you might add at this point would be a seasoning salt. However, I have a variety of specialty seasoning salts, which I will be using today. Throwback, Wallop, all-purpose seasoning from that guy in Colorado, made in his kitchen. So we'll use some of that. You want about a tablespoon? I don't want to measure it this time because that spoon wet. And to that, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of magic swamp dust. Here's a gator who is, what is he like magically stirring the spoon in the pot in the state of Louisiana? And also there's a crane. Y'all pass a good time. I don't know what any of that means, but it's fine. That was also a tablespoon. So you need about 2 tablespoons of seasoning salt or seasonings of your choosing. And then we're gonna hit it with that onion powder, which I will not put in my hand, but you need about a tablespoon of that. A similar amount of garlic powder. Boom, fantastic. Now, there's a little bit of pepper in that swamp dust. We'll add a little bit more. Freshly ground pepper. Now this is what the whoa. Now we're gonna get real crazy. This is like kind of a thought I had like 2 seconds ago. Some totally not expired MSG. Let's put it in. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Action! So once that's melted, which it is, just give that a big old stir. And I'll tell you one thing right now. You know that bold flavor Chex Mix? It smells just like it. Okay, so then you can just turn off the heat and let us begin the mixing of the mix. We're gonna start with some Bagel Chips. These are Simply Naked Bagel Chips. I kind of thought about getting the garlic one, but I thought that might be overkill. You need about 3 cups. So we'll find out how much that is here shortly. 1, 2, 3. I have realized in this moment, this boy ain't gonna do it. We're going for the big one, boys. And like the 10% of women who watch this show. I'm gonna put a glove on. You gotta break these up a little bit. You could also use an implement of your choosing. Maybe a bludgeon or, a very heavy book. Something like that would be good. We're breaking them up because, in a snack mix, you want like little bits that taste they're good. All right, now it's time for the Chex. The Chex is the primary component of the mix. In an ideal world, you would get wheat Chex and rice Chex. I think those are typically what are in the mixes. For some reason, Kroger did not have wheat Chex, so I had to get corn instead. But I am an American and I love corn. Also, if you're trying to be gluten-free, both rice and corn Chex are gluten-free. The Bagel Chips are probably not. So we're gonna add 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and a half of that good Corn Chex. And then we're gonna hit it with the Rice Bitz. It's enlarged to show detail. Now what is this manifesto? All right, I will read the manifesto. Underestimated. Seriously, at first glance you might think, meh. But when you get to know cereal, it's really the pinnacle of breakfast choices. Seriously though, cereal is so much more. The word cereal comes from the Greek word cereal. After Ceres, the Greek goddess of grains. Imagine Zeus kicking back with a big bowl o' cereal. That's all hyphenated, by the way. And how big that bowl must be. Here is Zeus eating his cereal. Because it probably takes a lot of energy to make lightning. Which is why he probably chowed down on some serious cereal. Seriously. Pew pew. So fuel up, get out there, throw your own kind of lightning bolts, and take on the world. Pow pow, pew pew. I would like to applaud that nice Kroger marketing person. We are going to use a similar amount of these here Rice Bitz, which surely these are just Chex that are just rebranded. Okay, next up we're going to add some bite-sized pretzels. I think that the very small pretzel rounds would have been ideal, but I could not find them. So instead I am using just mini pretzels today. You could break these up if that is your MO. It is not my MO. And we're gonna use about 3 cups of that. Fantastic. Finally, our secret ingredient, which is not featured in Chex Mix trademark, is roasted, salted, toasted corn. This is corn that has been roasted in its own oil. And it's pretty awesome, actually. You're gonna throw about a cup of that in there. Or, if you want it to go further, you can just throw the whole thing in there. So I would begin the mix as such. I think that's a pretty nice ratio. I think we can just put those in there. These are delicious. It's almost like if God made Fritos right off the ear of corn. This is what they would be. All right, there's our snack mix. Boom. Now to the snack mix with this seasoned butter, which surely must be cool by now. God, I hope so. Put about half of it in and start to move it around. Okay, it is a little hot, but not so hot that I'm uncomfortable. It's fine. Then we're gonna add the rest. Or you could just throw it all in at once. I really don't care. Remember, what you're really trying to do here is just season. You're literally just trying to get some flavor going on. So the more that you distribute it, the better, the more even that flavor will be. Probably good. So let's get some parchment paper going. You will need 2 pans. If it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. And doing your best, we're gonna shake this out. And you can use your method of choosing to even it out. My method is to do this. So you have a mostly single layer, and then we pop them in the oven, and we're gonna roast that for about an hour. And we're gonna try to stir it every 15 minutes or so. It should end up being roasty, toasty, and delicious. So we will update you after we have it roasting for a little bit. So yeah, that's it for now. More updates soon. It has been 15 minutes, and therefore we will stir the mix using a scoop and turn action. Sometimes your snack mix will fall off the pan. That's okay. Back in for another 15. And we keep on doing that. Alright, our Chex Mix is done. It's roasty toasty. It looks like we have just a couple pieces that are like half past done. That's okay. In an ideal world, which we don't live in, you would let this cool on the pans for a while, but I'm completely out of counter space, so I'm just throwing that shit in this here bowl, and it'll be fine. Ah, my hand, oh god. Alright, so it didn't all end up in the bowl, but the counter mix will be our trial batch. So here it is, our slightly toasted, burnt Chex Mix, but it looks good. And it is really good. I like that better than the leading brand. So, the fresh toasted flavor is awesome. It reminds me of like garlic bread a little bit. Plus, we took the MSG to that next level. That's delicious. I think this was a success. Whew. Those really dark pieces that had the most butter in them are outrageously hot right now. I think that's really good. I didn't do any calculations on if it's a good value or not. I assume not, but who knows? Maybe it is. Maybe we save money. So, that's how you make snack mix. I'm looking forward to your feedback, those who are lucky enough to receive these fine gifts. And we'll see you next time on PGC. That's how you do it. Happy cooking! Bye-bye.